don't get left behind. Is it true? Is it raining big faces? Is it true? I got wings up on this door.
So 3, we're gonna be drawing sexy figures. Now, on the screen, you're gonna notice that it's kind of sped up. It's just I didn't want to bore everyone with a slow process and explain everything perfectly. But I'll give you guys the gist of it. It's my method of collecting poses, and then whenever I feel like that pose would apply to any kind of painting, drawing, tattoo design, whatever, I pull it out from that collection and I tweak it out as much as I can. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to retrace what I already drew. I just want to see the pose, and if I see my sketch lines, like right now what you're viewing, I tend to remember my steps rather easily than compared to the way that if you have a finished product, I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I remember doing certain things to get it to that point. But if I see it in a sketch method or a layout of a design just in a sketch mode, I usually can backtrack any artist's steps all the way to the first stroke. And that's very useful to me to study other people's work as far as when their sketchbooks are out and open. I appreciate those more than the actual finished product, because there's much more information from someone's sketchbook. There's all kinds of lies being exposed in their work, and you can see exactly where they cheat, where they don't cheat, or what their crazy ass methods may be. Now, for my method here, I was giving myself a timed window, maybe I think it was in between 5 and 10 minutes to draw each pose, and I did several. The plan was to do a stream with this video, but it didn't work out because around the time that I was making this video, my basement flooded last year, so it kind of sat on the back burner for a little bit, hence the reason why you see scattered uploads. It's not sequential. It's not 1 2 3 4 5. It's more like 1 7 5 4, and it goes like that. It's just the first few videos are kind of scattered. I was stacking them for a few months, but I moved the recording and drawing studio upstairs to a much smaller place, so now I don't have any flooding issues, but it's kind of small. So finally figured everything out. I'm getting back on the horse, and here we are again, with videos and descriptions and everything. Right now I'm not gonna go too far into tutorial videos because I feel like there's a lot of information out there that I can probably just point you towards it, and you would be much happier seeing that instead of me trying to regurgitate somebody else's lesson that they already mastered. So I'm just gonna show you guys my methods, my little tricks, nothing crazy. Maybe later on, and once we get going, I get a little bit of a community flowing, maybe we can agree on certain type of tutorials and whatnot. But for now, it's just gonna be really loose, having fun, drawing and chill. I don't want you guys to feel like it's homework or whatever to come here. No. Just come, chill, relax, listen to all the nonsense, watch all the videos. Let me know what you think. Would you guys like to see some videos without commentary? I never thought about that, because I do enjoy some videos when they speed paint and I'm just gawking at the drawing and whatnot. But if the video is a little too long, people will stop. So it's kind of no point to it. It's got to be real short if it's a very quiet video. And I see that more people don't go through the whole thing, so I'm trying to make it more enticing, a little bit more interesting by speaking to you, and I hope it's working. Now, as you can see, my line work here is very loose, very loose. I'm not trying to gain it at the first try, the first stroke. So you can see my hand, it's not restricted. I'm not using any kind of special weird symmetry or anything. I just draw out the figure. If it needs to be shrunk or if it needs to be moved, I do so. I adjust it. I take advantage of the digital form fully. I understand that in a sketchbook you wouldn't be able to do this, but still, you're not in a regular sketchbook. Take advantage of the digital media, and this is a prime example of what you cannot do on paper, and it makes the workflow much faster and a little bit easier too. Not a whole lot, but a little bit easier. Now, here's a really rough outline of everything. And I can see that further that we get into it, the faster I was going, and so all the sketch work starts to get a little more rougher. The line works tend to get more jaggy and kind of crooked and stuff, but it's fine. It's nothing to impress anyone. It's just to collect. All right. If you build up a collection of poses, for one, you're gonna have it in your head, and that's gonna help you a lot. I get that all the time when people tell me, like, how do you just come up with something out of thin air? You're a wizard. You're blah blah blah. No, I'm not a goddamn wizard. I don't pull it out of my ass. I just have a little Rolodex in my head with a ton of poses that I've drawn over the years that I've always favored certain ones, certain angles. And the further I go, the more I notice that my works, if I don't keep doing that and add poses to that little Rolodex in my brain, it becomes stale. And my poses start to become the same. And then I start to see other people's work online, and just a slight angle variation of the viewpoint where that same pose that I had will make a ton of difference. And they don't even include the whole body sometimes. So I'm really excited for these new artists that are coming out that are motivating me so much. They have no clue that they're doing it. And most of them are just figuring it out by accident. And that's the greatest thing. That's why I love looking at sketchbooks, because you can see their little happy accidents in there, and that's a lot of information that they don't even know how to convey to you. If you're an artist, you'll be able to read that. It's a certain language that we can all read as artists. You see each other's sketchbooks and you see that person's language. It's a certain language to that person. Just think about that. It's so cool that everyone's style is like language. And only that person is fluent in that language. And other people can study it, but it's yours. You're the one that can see and do whatever you want with that language. It's so exciting for me to see people's sketchbooks. I hope it's just as exciting for you guys to see this. I really enjoy making these videos a lot. And I am pumped that I finally get to push them out. In the near future, they're going to be a lot more organized as far as sequential numbering. Once I get to video number 10, which should be very soon actually, because I have been uploading a lot more frequent than I thought or I expected. That's a great thing, because that means that I can keep up with a somewhat weekly video at least, and that's a lot more content than I first anticipated. So thanks for the motivation. Really, I am very excited to share and to entertain you guys and just have fun. And as always, remember, I don't want your donations or money or whatever. Keep your money. You want to give me your money? Come get a tattoo. Come get a piece of work. But until then, keep your money. This is a free space. All right. Enjoy it. Thank you very much for joining us. And I'll see you next time. Bye.